Citizens of Panem, it is a reaping day, and the phenomenal 5th installment of Suzanne Collins' Hunger Games has been released today. Sunrise on the Reaping. So happy Hunger Games to all who celebrate, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Hey there, welcome back. In today's vlog, I'm gonna be reading the ballad. This is not the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is Sunrise on the Reaping. I had to get the Kindle edition. I'm so sad because I did a thing, right? Like a couple years ago, I bought the anniversary editions of The Hunger Games, Catching Fire and Mockingjay, thinking that, you know, this was gonna be cute. I mean, they are cute. I'm obsessed with these like covers. The issue is, all of a sudden, we were getting a 4th book, which is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and now it doesn't match with the set. And then to make matters worse, I don't know why they hate readers in the United States, but they're not coming out the paperback version of Sunrise on the Reaping yet. So I'm gonna wait. There's no point in me paying for a hardback. I mean, granted, I also had to pay for the Kindle version, but it was a little tiny bit cheaper, like $2 cheaper than the hardcover. Yeah, that kind of hurt my feelings, but anyways, it's okay. We're gonna wait to get the paperback, and let's do this, y'all. So, context for those of y'all who are not Hunger Games girlies like I am. The Hunger Games is about the city of Panem, essentially, or I don't know what they are. I'm pretty sure Panem is like a territory, right? So the citizens of Panem had a civil war. It was between the people of Panem and the capital. And the capital won the civil war. And so as a punishment for them starting the rebellion, they now host the Hunger Games every year, in which they reap or pick out a male and a female contestant from each of the 12 districts of Panem, not including the capital. Those mother flowers are exempt. And they basically go into an arena and fight to the death until one person remains victorious. And so the first 3 books in the Hunger Games series follow Katniss Everdeen and her experience in the Hunger Games when she was chosen. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes goes into the backstory of President Snow, the president of Panem, and how the first Hunger Games got started. And then now in Sunrise on the Reaping, we are getting the backstory of a very beloved character named Haymitch, who is the first District 12 tribute to win the Hunger Games. And that's significant because previous victors of the Hunger Games get to be the mentors for the current children who are being placed in the Hunger Games. I forgot to mention that too. Like, they only reap children from ages 12 to 16. So these people are really odious. Anyways, shall we get reading? Okay, so I went to the gym and I got some reading done on the bus there and on the bus back. So I'm about 4 chapters in that first chapter was really long, but the rest of them are a little bit more manageable, like 15 minutes each. Anyways, I don't know how to explain this because we start off on Reaping Day, which happens to be Haymitch's birthday, and I didn't think that I was gonna be so excited for the first few chapters because it's like, obviously we know what's gonna happen. Haymitch is going to get selected to play the Hunger Games. These are his Hunger Games that we're reading. But you know what? I found myself getting really emotional. Like with the buildup of it, there was a little part to keep us on our toes in there. Suzanne Collins doing her thing. But for the most part, I feel like chapters 2, 3, and 4, I was like on the verge of tears. I don't cry in books, so that's like so odd to me, but this is truly tragic. We're off to a great start. I'm really excited. This is a very random sidebar, but I've been really obsessed with these mango slices dipped in dark chocolate. This like doesn't even have a brand name, but I found them for sale for $4. Apparently the original price is $12, which is bananas, but they're so freaking good. Like, I think I've eaten like 5 bags of this already. Anyways, let's talk Sunrise on the Reaping, because I've kind of flown through this. I'm 42% through the book, and I haven't even given you guys one update. I mean, most of that is because I was reading on the train to and from work, so kind of hard to like give updates. But this is a very emotional book for me. I kind of was feeling a little bit unconvinced in the beginning because first and foremost, there was some math that like wasn't mathing for me, but the more I think about it, I'm like, okay, it could be possible. Like Haymitch, he is 16 in these games, and Katniss's story, so the first Hunger Games, is 25 years later. So if he's 16 plus 25 years, that means he's 40. 16 plus 20, 26 plus 5, 36, 41. So he'll be 41 in the Hunger Games movie. That actually makes sense with like his character. There are other characters, though, like President Snow in this book, they're saying he's 58. So he would be 83? I don't know if I'm doing math correctly, but like, I guess. I guess he could be 83. The other thing is that there are some characters in here that are making their return from other parts of the Hunger Games series. And some of them, I don't know if it's like the skeptic in me that's just like trying to find a problem. Because I'm like, okay, they were pretty old in the previous movie. However, Haymitch doesn't give any indication that he knew them, let alone had this type of relationship with them ever. I mean, granted, we are getting the Hunger Games from the perspective of Katniss Everdeen, and we're not getting the perspective of Haymitch in those movies, so who knows, or maybe I missed it. But if I do look past that and just like ignore it, I actually was a little bit excited when the character was first introduced. There are a couple of them, and I'm especially surprised by Beatty and his relationship to other characters. I don't want to ruin it, but like, if you know, you know. But Yeah, there is a surprising number of familiar characters in this book. There weren't that many in The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but that kind of makes sense because it was the very first Hunger Games. President Snow, he's like extremely ancient, and I just got distracted by the glow of the ring light in my glasses, but your girl was told by her doctor she gotta wear these all day now, not just for reading. So we're just gonna push through the glare. Anyways, I guess it makes sense for there to be like more recognizable characters in this book because this is the 25th year of the Hunger Games, and so there are 24 victors from past games that could potentially make a reappearance. But I don't know, it's just like this little nag that's bothering me because I'm talking specifically about characters from the second book, the Catching Fire. That's the second book. I don't know. I just got the impression during those books that those characters were just meeting. I'm trying not to think too much about it. Either way, like Dee Dee's sub-story that's going on here is literally pulling at my heartstrings. Like every time they talk about it, I want to cry. This is turning out to be a very, very sad book. Very interesting though. And I will say I'm having a good time. It's also an easy read, and I am thoroughly impressed by Suzanne Collins' just ability to create such an intricate like world and system. I can't even, like, we're even talking about different tokens and like symbols that characters in the Hunger Games have carried throughout generations from the characters in this book. I heard some people talking on the interwebs about some like connections to Peter Malark also, but I haven't picked up on those, so I'm a little bit confusion. Like, did that go over my head or have I not gotten there yet? Only time will tell. I'm gonna get cozy, like do my night routine, get my PJs and everything, and I'm hoping to finish this book or get most of the way through this book by tonight. Will I do it? I don't know. It's already like 6 o'clock and I work tomorrow, so I gotta get to bed early. It says I have 4 hours and 28 minutes left in the book. That's a long time. Maybe tomorrow morning. Or do I lose sleep again? Last night I lost sleep trying to read this book, and today, like, I literally had to go buy coffee at like 3 p.m. because I was like falling asleep in the classroom. It's not a good look, but worth it though. I'm like suddenly energized now that I'm home, and it could be the late coffee, but I think it's the fact that this book is real good. You guys, this book is single-handedly wrecking my heart right now. Courtesy of the Capitol. I'm on chapter 15, so a little over 50% of the way through. We have finally made it to the Hunger Games. here's the thing. It's like, we know Haymitch is going to get out of this because he's in book 1, which it happens after this book. Okay, spoiler alert, he wins. The thing is, like, okay, boom, he's in the Hunger Games. And he is plotting all these things and working with all of these people and has this rebellious heart. And so many plans are in motion. And it's like, obviously we know what the outcome of this whole thing is going to be. And the anticipation of like something so horrible is about to happen. I think that's the worst part of this book, because it's like the Haymitch that we know from the Hunger Games, book 1 is a drunk who has no hope and no interest in helping them at all. And the way he's so like driven and motivated in this book, something so cruel has to have happened between him and the Capitol. And we all know the Capitol are villains. So something like, you just know something is about to go very, very wrong. And they're about to take it out on him. And it's making me sick to my stomach. I can't take it. I can't take it any longer. Also, Suzanne Collins, she's just like a genius, honestly. Like, the way that the courtesy of the Capitol, I don't want to tell you what it means if you haven't read the book, but like the way it has made its way back literally is what started the tears. Okay, I need to keep going. Y'all, this book is like simultaneously ruining my life and also the best thing I've ever read. The way I alternate literally from one page to the next between like, literally my heart is breaking and I'm shedding a tear. Like, I've literally cried twice already reading this book. And like my heart is breaking, I'm about to cry. In the next chapter, she says something and it's just like a reference to something before, and it feels like me and Suzanne Collins have an inside joke with each other, and it's funny. And like, there is a specific character and he's kind of bananas, and so people accuse him of licking toads and saying like he's like getting like, I guess, hallucinogenic effects from licking the toads. But then later on, like, the character's referencing something and he's like, either something's wrong here or I've been licking toads because what the French toast. It's funny if you read the book, but anyways, the point is like, it just feels like she's like having an inside joke with previous chapters, and it's so good and it makes you giggle, and then you forget that you were having a bad time, and then all of a sudden something else happens to break your heart. And I don't know how much of this emotional roller coaster I could take. So right now I had to stop and take a filming break, because the truth of the matter is that my heart feels content and there's still 10 chapters left. This is like in the romance books when the couple are finally together, but there's still 100 pages left. Why am I doing this to myself? And also, this is the second night in a row that it's past my bedtime, and I know I'm gonna regret it in the morning, but it's too good. I have to keep going. Just one more hour. That's too much. Okay, a couple more minutes, one more chapter. I don't know. Ooh, I have a coin for this specific occasion. Please hold. Okay, so first of all, I totally forgot that I had this remote control for my Kindle. So it's about to be litty like a titty. But this is the coin, and basically on one side it says go to sleep, and the other side it says one more chapter. So maybe we will just flip this. I don't know how to flip a coin, y'all. That felt like cheating. But it says one more chapter, so we're gonna go. It's midnight, but we're gonna hit the coin again. Oop. I don't know what I'm doing. Wah, wah, wah. Go to sleep. Okay. It says I have 2.5 hours left in the book, so we can do that in the morning. I'm so happy that I finally was able to use my little coin. And I'm kind of gonna lose my marbles because we were in a really good part of the book, but I'll dream about it. Also, can we just take a moment to, like, the birds since yesterday have been fully chirping at night. Like, are the mockingjays here? I doubt you can hear it. Plus, this rain is like for reading. Good night, y'all. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's 6:30 in the morning, which is, I'm usually walking out the house at this time. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go get ready and I'll take a cab, and that'll make up for the time. I lied to y'all. I definitely read one more chapter before going to bed. 2, actually. Sorry. And I don't regret it because it was fun, but I regret it because I'm so tired. Okay, I just finished the work day and I stayed here in my office to edit this video that you're actually watching right now, but I'm gonna get on the train to go eat ramen with my friends, and you know what your girl's gonna do on the train? I'm gonna I'm almost embarrassed because, like, I already know I'm feeling like emotional, but fingers crossed, it's gonna be fine, right? Guys. Oh my god, I just reread the epilogue. First of all, I must have looked like a crazy person because I was reading the last few chapters of this on the public transportation, like literally on the bus ride home. Oh my god, I literally look so I'm literally ugly crying right now. Oh. I just reread the epilogue because clearly I like to torture myself. It's not even funny. Like, it's really not. I'm just like on the struggle bus right now. So bad. Anyways, what else is a girl to do but give this book 5 stars, right? Like, just wrecked me so bad. Okay, get it together, girl. Okay. Whoo, baby. First and foremost, I was at dinner eating ramen and somebody posted a post called No Context Spoilers, and it literally was just like random, like pre-made memes. Like a guy drinking a gallon of milk, but it's like, if you read the book, you know what it means. And I was scrolling through, and one of the memes was like, I guess I hadn't gotten to the part of the book yet, and I was able to piece together from the meme something that would happen later on in the book, and it still wrecked me. Woo! I feel like I'm delusional right now. I'm just like, should I like play Kelly Clarkson and like stare longingly out the window? Like, I need like a good cry right now. Like, I'm so sad. That book was so flipping good, y'all. Like, I will say that I'm not a huge fan of like the whole like coveys and like the song business and stuff. But even when I was like reading the part of the song from the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I could hear in the background like the are you coming to the tree, strange things are happening. That song gives me goosebumps. But besides like the covey and their whole like music thing, which I think she tied really well into this book, but I didn't enjoy in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which, by the way, I don't know why I said before that that was the first Hunger Games. It was literally the 10th, but either way, I didn't like enjoy that book as much. I did really, really, really enjoy this one. I mean, obviously gave it 5 stars. I mean, did I enjoy it? I don't want to say I enjoyed it because I was so sad the entire time I was reading this. I was like wanting to cry. Who's that girl? Get it together. Get it together. I don't have much else to say. Even with seeing all the things coming, it's just like the way that Haymitch describes it, and then the way that she ties everything together in the epilogue. Honestly, this was like really phenomenal writing. So many things were like full circle moments. Like, you were piecing so many things together from previous books, from the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, from the Hunger Games, like some of the characters, like backstory. I feel like at first I was like really skeptical of it, but I didn't realize how like emotionally attached to these characters I was. Even like Effie Trinket and like seeing the beginnings of her like story. She does a good job of like telling you like the aftermath and how like it wasn't a cringy way of showing you the second perspective that you needed to understand how things happened. I feel like that's such a vague statement, but I can't say anything else without like ruining any of the book. But it was just like such beautiful writing. Honestly, it was very haunting, very sad. I'm probably going to just stare at a wall for a few minutes. And then I have my good sis Steph's just posted a vlog, and I'm hoping that that will bring me back to life, because I'm a shell of a human right now. All right, I just have nothing else to say except this book wrecked me so bad. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like my favorite read of 2025 so far. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you made it this far, leave a milk jug emoji. If you know, you know. And if you want to join the family, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you all when I see you next. Bye!